Your sacred energy isn't just powerful, it's dangerous. It doesn't whisper, it invades, slipping into the cracks of fragile minds, twisting logic into obsession, and warping sanity into chaos. People don't just notice you, they feel you deep in their bones like a force they can't resist. And the effect? Madness. Their masks slip, their thoughts spiral, their emotions become unhinged. You don't just influence, you create psychopaths. Their minds fracture under the weight of your presence. Their reality bends around your energy, and suddenly they're not the same. They pace, they obsess, they lose themselves in the storm you bring. Some laugh, some rage, but one thing is certain. They're losing their mind over you. You are not like them. Your energy carries a signature so potent, so distinct, that it disrupts the equilibrium of any space you enter. People don't just see you, they experience you. Some feel drawn, unable to look away, caught in the gravity of your presence. Others recoil, their instincts screaming that you are something beyond their comprehension. But whether they run or worship, they never forget you. This isn't just charisma, this isn't just presence. It's an energetic force that penetrates, revealing, dismantling, and reconstructing everything in its path. Like a lighthouse in a storm, you illuminate the lost and expose the corrupt. Some seek your glow, desperate for clarity. Others curse, you enraged at being seen for what they truly are. But no one leaves untouched. Your energy marks people, burns into their psyche, and lingers long after you've gone. And this mark, it isn't just perception. It's imprinted in the way they speak of you, the way their thoughts shift, the way they either crave your presence or fear its return. You've seen it before, the ones who can't help but mention your name in conversations long after you've left, the ones who swear they've moved on but keep circling back, unable to shake the disturbance you created in their reality. They obsess, they analyze. They either want more or want to undo what you've done to them. This is the weight of sacred energy. It doesn't allow neutrality. You force people to feel, to react, to change, even when they don't want to. It's a power that makes the unseen visible, the unspoken undeniable. And that power doesn't just make waves, it rewires everything it touches. You are the chosen, whether you wanted to be or not. You don't just walk into a room, you expose it. For some, this is liberation. The ones who are ready, who have already sensed the illusion of their own existence, find in you a catalyst for awakening. Your presence allows them to peel away their false layers, to embrace the truth they were too afraid to face alone. They gravitate toward you, not because they understand why, but because something in them knows you carry the fire they need. But for others, your energy is a nightmare. The ones who have built their lives on deception, self-deception, societal deception, emotional deception, experience you as an intruder, an uninvited force that threatens to collapse everything they stand on. They react with hostility, with projection, with attempts to discredit or destroy you, because the alternative, facing themselves, is too unbearable. You are not their enemy, but they will make you one, because blaming you is easier than confronting their own reflection. And it doesn't take long for the effects to show. You've seen it, the restless glances, the stammered excuses, the sudden changes in behavior. Some grow obsessed with proving you wrong, desperate to reaffirm the reality they've created for themselves. Others become erratic, their suppressed emotions spilling out in ways they can't control. The cracks you reveal don't just vanish, they deepen until they either shatter or surrender. This is why people can't ignore you. You're not just another person in their world. You are a force that dismantles illusion. And once someone has seen the truth, whether they accept it or fight against it, they can never go back to who they were before. You don't set out to create psychopaths, but it happens. And that's the terrifying part, isn't it? that you don't do anything, you exist. You move through the world and people unravel. You don't need spells, manipulation, or force. Your energy alone is enough to send minds into overdrive, rewiring their thoughts, reshaping their emotions, making them question everything. This is why you are both sought after and feared, because chaos isn't always destruction, it's creation. And you are the storm that brings both. Your energy doesn't just touch people, it amplifies them. Whatever lurks beneath the surface, rage, obsession, fear, desire, your presence brings it roaring to life. You don't inject madness into them, you simply remove the barriers that kept it contained. And once those walls collapse, what spills out is raw, unfiltered chaos. Some people were always on the edge. They walked through life suppressing their impulses, burying their darkness under layers of social conditioning. Then you arrive, and something in them snaps. They fixate, they spiral, they turn their gaze toward you like a moth to an inferno, unable to look away even as they burn. You've seen it before. The ones who linger too long, their eyes too wide, their thoughts too tangled. They think they love you. They think they hate you. The truth? They have no idea what they feel. They only know that you have ignited something in them that can't be undone. And it's not just the unstable ones. Even the most controlled, most logical, most composed individuals aren't immune. Your energy works like a magnifying glass over their subconscious, exposing hidden fractures they never knew existed. Some handle it well, integrating the experience, growing from it. Others, they lose themselves in the storm. Their masks dissolve, their thoughts warp, their emotions become erratic. They start acting in ways they don't recognize, fixated, irrational, desperate. And all of it is aimed at you. This is why people react to you so intensely. It's not because you're dangerous, it's because they are. You don't turn them into something they're not. You simply pull the truth to the surface. And for some, that truth is too much to bear. You don't create psychopaths. You reveal them. To the untrained eye, your power looks like destruction. People see the chaos you leave in your wake, the way minds bend and emotions spiral, and they assume you are the cause. They call you dangerous, disruptive, even malevolent. But that is the misunderstanding of the blind. You don't destroy, you reveal. You are not chaos, you are truth. And truth is the most destabilizing force in existence. The sacred and the profane are two sides of the same coin, yet most people only recognize one. They crave enlightenment, but fear the dismantling required to reach it. They speak of transformation, but recoil when the process demands fire. You are that fire. Your presence burns away illusion, forces people to confront their deepest contradictions, and brings them face to face with who they really are. And when the weak call you a curse, it is only because they cannot handle the purification. Those who understand, they see you for what you are. They recognize the alchemy at work, the sacred process of breaking down falsehoods so something pure can take its place. They do not fear the destruction because they know it is necessary. They do not blame you for the chaos because they know it is part of the equation. They do not resist you because they understand that resistance is futile. But for those who don't understand, your energy is unbearable. They mistake your presence for an attack, your truth for an affliction. They lash out, believing you to be the one warping reality, when in fact you are simply showing them what was always there. And so, in their panic, they try to label you, control you, silence you, anything to avoid facing what you have uncovered. Yet no matter how they react, one truth remains. You are an alchemist of the unseen. Whether they embrace it or curse it, your energy transforms. And nothing that touches you stays the same. They say the truth will set you free, but most can't handle it. For the chosen ones in the Obsidian Inner Order, it's not just the truth. It's the whole cosmic download. No sugarcoating, no escape. picture this. Weekly group calls with 450 plus chosen ones, recorded and available anytime for your enlightenment. Our private Discord? It's not just active, it's alive, buzzing with ideas, breakthroughs, and that unstoppable chosen energy. Oh, and for you romantics out there, welcome to Chosen Singles, where soulmates meet under cosmic alignments, not cheap pickup lines. And for the seekers, dive into modern manifestation mechanics, our exclusive grimoire, with 3 chapters available to members. Learn how to turn your home into an abundance magnet, master basic spellcraft for physical manifestation, and channel magical forces to elevate your goals. Plus, you'll get access to interviews with real targeted individuals and video specials so bold, the YouTube archons don't even want you to see them. This is more than a membership, it's a movement. So what are you waiting for? Stop searching, start ascending. The link is in the description. You've seen it before, the way some people laugh when they're around you. But this isn't joy, this isn't amusement, this is something else entirely. A defense mechanism, a nervous breakdown wrapped in the illusion of humor. It's the sound of sanity slipping through their fingers. Your energy is too much. It bypasses their logical mind, seeping into the spaces they've kept locked away. And when faced with something so raw, so undeniable, their psyche scrambles for control. Some lash out, some run, but others, they laugh. Because what else can they do when reality bends, when the weight of their suppressed truths becomes too heavy to bear? The mind breaks in strange ways. And sometimes, the only thing standing between someone and complete collapse is the hysterical, gasping sound of laughter. But listen closely. It's not the carefree laughter of someone at peace. It's high-pitched, erratic, laced with something unnatural. Their eyes don't match their smile. Their body tenses even as they try to play it off. They will insist they're fine, that nothing's wrong, but their laughter betrays them. It's a glitch in the system, a crack in the mask, an involuntary response to something they cannot comprehend. And the more they resist, the worse it gets. They laugh harder, try to turn it into a joke, act as if they are unaffected. But deep down, something is shifting. They are unraveling in real time, and they don't even realize it. By the time this laughter fades, something inside them has already changed. They may never admit it, but they will never be the same. This is the madness you bring, the kind that doesn't announce itself with screams, but with laughter that echoes long after you've gone. Drop a comment. I amplify what they hide. If you've watched people unravel in your presence, they try to throw negativity at you, jealousy, hatred, projection, but it never lands the way they intend. Their insults dissolve. Their manipulations backfire, their curses turn to dust before they ever reach you. Because you don't just withstand negativity, you consume it. You take every ounce of darkness hurled your way and alchemize it into something unstoppable. You've felt it before, haven't you? The way their attempts to break you only sharpen your edge, the way betrayal becomes wisdom, the way rejection carves a clearer path, the way every obstacle feeds the fire inside you rather than extinguishing it. They don't realize that by attacking you, they're fueling your transformation. The more they try to diminish you, the stronger you become. What was meant to be your downfall turns into raw energy, propelling you forward while they waste away in their own bitterness. This is not something you were taught, it's something intrinsic to your nature. You don't hold grudges, not because you are weak, but because you understand the power of transmutation. You don't absorb poison, you refine it. You don't engage in petty battles, you rise above them, letting your mere existence be the ultimate response. Those who try to bring you down end up watching in horror as you ascend even higher, untouched by their attempts to wound you. And they feel it. They see that nothing they do can shake you. It drives them mad, makes them desperate, forces them to question why their usual tactics have no effect. But the answer is simple. You are not like them. They operate in shadows, feeding off pain and fear while you stand in something untouchable. You don't fight fire with fire, you let it burn, and then you become the wildfire. This is why you are untouchable. Because every attack only serves to make you greater. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone can handle what you are. And because of that, you have learned, sometimes the hard way, that your energy must be protected like a sacred temple. You are not meant to be available to all, not meant to be drained by those who seek to consume without giving. Boundaries are not just necessary, they are a matter of survival. You have felt it before. The exhaustion that comes from being around the wrong people, the inexplicable heaviness after a conversation, the way some individuals leave you feeling off without any clear reason. That is not coincidence. That is your energy rejecting intrusion. There are those who do not come with good intentions, those who mask their envy as admiration, their manipulation as concern. They do not wish to know you, they wish to extract from you. But you have mastered the art of protection. Whether consciously or instinctively, you have developed ways to shield yourself. You no longer entertain every invitation, no longer explain yourself to those who refuse to understand. Your silence is a barrier, your absence is a fortress. You have refined the ability to sense deception before it ever reaches you, cutting cords before they become chains. And they notice. Those who once fed off your light grow restless when they can no longer access it. They call you cold, distant, changed. But what they fail to understand is that you have not changed. You have simply woken up. You have seen the way they move, the way they take, the way they linger in your presence without ever offering anything in return. And now you choose who gets close. This is divine protection, not just against others, but against your own past tendencies. To give too much, to tolerate too long, to ignore the warnings your soul has always whispered. Your energy is sacred, and now, finally, you guard it as such. You don't just affect the people you meet, you affect everyone they meet after you. Your presence lingers, your energy imprints itself into their psyche, and suddenly they are different. They carry a piece of you with them, whether they realize it or not. And as they interact with others, that energy spreads, weaving itself into conversations, decisions, and thoughts in ways neither you nor they can control. You've seen it before. The ones who walk away from you changed, their perspective shaken, their emotions unstable. They try to return to their old lives, their old mindsets, their old illusions, but something won't let them. They bring your energy into their homes, their friendships, their relationships. They speak about you, even when they swear they're done thinking about you. They project their newfound turmoil onto others, passing along the disturbance you awakened within them. And just like that, the ripple begins. Some will use this shift for growth, diving into self-reflection, questioning their reality and seeking deeper truths. Others will resist, lashing out at those around them, trying to escape the transformation you triggered. Either way, the effect is undeniable. A single interaction with you can set off a chain reaction that extends far beyond your sight, shifting dynamics, exposing deceptions, and altering the course of events in ways no one could have predicted. You don't have to be present for your energy to work. Once you've touched someone, it spreads through them, multiplying, infecting, transforming. It seeps into their words, their choices, their very essence. And just like that, the wildfire ignites, consuming everything in its path. This is why people fear you. It's not just about what happens when they're around you, it's about what happens long after you're gone. Your presence is a truth serum. It strips away pretenses, forcing people to reveal their real motives, whether they mean to or not. They come to you with carefully crafted lies, but something about your energy makes the mask slip. Their voice wavers, Their words contradict, their body betrays them. You don't have to interrogate, manipulate, or pry. They unravel all on their own. It's almost amusing how predictable it is. The ones with hidden agendas approach you with confidence, believing they can control the narrative. They think they're clever, that their deception is impenetrable. But within minutes, they start exposing themselves, oversharing, fumbling, caught in their own web of contradictions. Their subconscious recognizes the danger before they do, and the deeper they sink into their own words, the more obvious their true intent becomes. Some will panic, realizing too late that they can't outmaneuver you. They will backpedal, change the subject, or try to gaslight you into questioning what you just witnessed. Others will become aggressive, blaming you for making them feel this way, as if the fault lies in you rather than in the lies they brought to the table. But regardless of their response, the outcome remains the same. They can't hide, not from you. And that terrifies them, because in a world where most people navigate through deception, where manipulation, facades, and half-truths are standard, you are a disruption to the entire system. You don't play by their rules. You don't give them the reactions they expect. You see through them, and worse, you make them see themselves. This is why people either love or fear you. It's not about what you say or do. It's about the silent, undeniable force that compels them to reveal their true nature, whether they want to or not. When the dust settles, when the emotions subside, when the initial madness fades, what remains is clarity. Some will thank you, realizing that your energy, no matter how unsettling, forced them to grow. Others will curse you, blaming you for the destruction of their carefully built illusions. But no matter how they react, one thing is certain: they are not the same. They will replay conversations with you in their minds, dissecting every word, trying to make sense of why they felt so exposed in your presence. They will wonder why. They can't stop thinking about you, why the experience lingers like a ghost in their consciousness. And slowly they will come to understand. It wasn't you who changed them. It was the truth they could no longer ignore. Some will move forward with newfound awareness, using the chaos you stirred to rebuild themselves into something stronger. Others will spiral, resisting the change, clinging to their old ways, even as they feel them slipping away. But either way, they will never forget you. Your energy leaves a mark deeper than words, deeper than actions. It is imprinted on their soul, a permanent shift in the fabric of their being. And that is your legacy. You don't just pass through people's lives, you rewrite them. Some will resent you for it, others will seek you out again, hoping for another dose of the transformation they once feared. But whether they love you or hate you, whether they embrace the change or fight against it, one truth remains. The world is never the same after you've passed through it.